Hello guys, this is Vinyl Lover here back with my youngest son. I'm home with him sick today. This is Charlie, and I'm just back here with another vinyl finds video. Yeah, I have a bit of different stuff. Well, I just been away with my girlfriend this weekend without children, a weekend trip to London, so I have a few finds from there. And also just from my local record shops here and a bit online shopping as well. So what we're hearing in the background is this Jimi Hendrix Exploiter album from like a German exploiter group. Yeah, they call themselves Jeff Cooper and the Stone Wings. So, and it's actually pretty cool. They just jam and try to sound like Jimi Hendrix. So, yeah, that's what we're listening to. Can you see it, Panos? Yeah. Okay. So the first ones here, like 3 weeks ago, something like that, we went to our vacation home, and at the nearest city I went looking for some records, and at like a flower shop, they were selling a bit of records, and I found two. Found the December's Children by the Rolling Stones. I was missing this from my collection, and it's an original mono press on London. Pretty decent shape. So yeah. And I also found this one, the American Breed, Bend Me, Shape Me, and it's like 60s pop. Really poppy on Atka. Also in great shape. Yeah, and the next ones are from a record shop here in Copenhagen that I hadn't been to ever. I don't know why, but it's called Mint Records, and actually they have a decent selection. So I found this one. It's a boot, but yeah, the Amboy Dukes, Journey to the Center of the Mind. But it sounds great, and I got it for, yeah, it was cheap. So, oh, just a second. Good. Ja, kan du sætte dig? Kan du lige sætte dig sådan? Sorry. Oh, yeah. Okay, and I also got Santana, Buddy Miles live. They're playing at from a concert in Hawaii at this extinct crater. And this, I'm normally not that much into live albums, but this one, man, it really rocks. And I love Santana and the old Santana sound, and Buddy Miles is a great singer, and they do a couple of, yeah, they do Marbles. I think it's a Mahavishnu, John McLaughlin song, and a couple of Buddy Miles songs, some Santana songs, and yeah, killer album. Like, yeah, it really rocks from start to finish. And I also found an original Yardbirds. Yeah, it's Roger the Engineer, some people call it. Yeah, there's some stains, but the album is great. Okay, the last one I found there, no, two more. And I found also original Candied Space Blues. Was missing this one. And man, I freaking love Candied. Yeah, one of my favorite blues bands ever. So yeah. And I stumbled upon this, didn't know it, at Tucky Buzzard. But this is actually the British The End. turned into Tucky Buzzard, but were still managed and produced by Bill Wyman from the Stones. And the End album is one of my favorite UK psych albums. But this is just more like typical boogie blues. Like it sounds a bit of like early Black Crowes stuff. No, the Black Crow sounds like this, but style-wise, so it's pretty cool. But yeah, I like the End more. So yeah, let me just take this out a bit. Okay. So onwards to some online finds. There's great Danish Discogs online vinyl store. And they have a lot of vinyls, but the good thing about it is you can bid on all the albums. So, and you can usually bid quite a bit below their asking price, and almost all the time they accept the price. So, first thing I got was Birds of Fire, the Mahavishnu Orchestra. And I'm kind of been more into the like fusion jazz rock thing lately. And a long time ago I was really into the whole jazz fusion thing, especially the guitarists, you know, like John McLaughlin and Philip Catherine and yeah, Paco de Lucia, all those guys. So, and this one freaking rocks as well. Wow, I love John McLaughlin's playing, and so their debut, great album, Birds of Fire. And this is just a reissue, unfortunately, but I've been wanting this for a long time. I found a nice copy, Psychedelic Moods by The Deep. One of the first, if not the first, psychedelic, where the theme is psychedelic the whole way through the album. And yeah, you just pause and read that. Great introduction. So yeah, this is freaking great. Yeah, check it out if you don't know it. Another jazz rock fusion thing is Larry Coryell, Spaces. Also featuring John McLaughlin on guitar and Chick Corea on drums, and also Billy Cobham on drums. So it's almost the same guys, or a lot of the same guys from Vishnu. So excellent album. Bit more like, also a bit more traditional jazz sounding with the stand-up bass and thing. Got this for almost nothing, and I already have a copy of this, but this, yeah, an older reissue, so pretty decent shape. Love it. The Buffalo Springfield. I only have like a best of compilation thing, so yeah, this is great. The last time around, I think it's their second or third album. Like in yeah, I can't remember what they call these sleeves where you pull it out from in here, but yeah, so it's great, original. And I found an older reissue of The Doors. I can never get enough of these albums. I only have like an unofficial reissue that doesn't sound that good. This is much better, so you all know this one. Original, The Crying Shames on the Walk-In Columbia Eye. This is an amazing album if you don't know The Crying Shames. Psych rock, pop psych. Yeah, check them out. This was missing from my collection. I finally found a decent, not too expensive copy. Not an original, but a newer. I think it's like a 70s reissue. On the green, Warner Brothers. All know that album too. This was shown in the VC not too long ago. I can't remember if it was Snowy, Psychedelic Snowy, who showed it, but it's a Bamboo, and it's a promotional copy. I don't think it has ever been played before. It's like new, and yeah, this is listed like rural country psych rock, but I really think it's not that country at all. It's a great psych album. So yeah, Bamboo, check it out if you don't know it. And I also only have a reissue of this, but I really enjoy this album, and I've been wanting an original, and I found it as well. Electric Mud by Muddy Waters, and I freaking love this album. I love Muddy Waters, and I love yeah, his take on a psych album, Cadet Concept. Yeah. And also my reissue is the other way around, where it's inverted, where this is white and the lettering is black. So now I have both. Okay, these were my online purchases. And then for the weekend trip to London, we arrived at Stansted and went took the train straight to Liverpool Street Station. And just a short walk north from there is a place called Shoreditch, and a really hip street right now, Brick Lane, where there are like a lot of vintage stores and great places to eat and cafes as well. And the first place we went was a place called Vintage Market, and downstairs they had a lot of clothes, vintage clothes, but also some records. And I dig through them, I found a couple, got a great price. Camel, the Snow Goose, great prog psych album. I don't know, 75, it's from 75. Yeah, and it's on Passport Records. And the second one I found down there was Satin Chickens by Rhinoceros, like this supergroup, the second album, I think, from 1970, I think. This is an original UK copy on Elektra. Not in that great of a shape, but I got a great price on it. Okay, and then just nearby there's the Rough Trade famous record shop. I went in there, great cool place. We had a cup of coffee, and I went through the bins, but it's all new vinyl, and I'm more into finding the old stuff. But I didn't buy anything, but great place, I can really recommend it, and they have a big selection. They have a stage as well with live music and stuff. And just down by the end of Brick Lane on the right side, there's Flashback Records. I think they have like 3 or 4 shops in London. This was one of them, but not the best one. And pretty cool place, but I didn't find anything I wanted. So we went the other way back, Brick Lane down in the end, and there's like a big indoors street food market, and also just clothes and stuff, called Old Spitfield Market. I think it's like an old train station abandoned, and then they put this market inside. And they had actually a lot of vinyl guys selling vinyl. Different used, new boots as well, a lot of bootlegs. So, but I found some cool ones, 2 reissues and a bootleg. And the first one, been wanting this for a long time as well. Fraction, Moonblood. I haven't opened it yet, we just arrived yesterday, so but it's like a die cut cover as well. But yeah, if you don't know this one, great hard rock, acid fused rock. The sound of this is just so mean and dirty. Yeah, it's really cool. So yeah, and the second repress reissue I found was T2. It all works out in Boomland. This is also just a great psych blues rock jam. Reissue on Acme Records. Reissue and originally on Decca. The last one is the bootleg, but I've been wanting this and I can't afford the real one, so I got this, even though I'm kind of sick to my stomach buying boot, but it sounds great and yeah, I really enjoy this. So Warhorse, originally on Vertigo. Great hard rock, psych rock. I think the first is Deep Purple's original bass player, who left Deep Purple quite early, and then he were in different groups, and then which transformed into Warhorse. But check this out if you don't know it is fantastic, fantastic. Okay, and then we went on to see the day. Yeah, it had to be on Saturday. We went to by Soho, the area of Soho, and there are like two really famous records on the, I can't remember the street, but it's actually the street where they shot the cover for What's the Story, Morning Glory, Oasis album. So if you all know that album cover, that's the street. And there are like two really famous record shops there. One of them is Sister Ray. They have a great selection, but unfortunately a bit overpriced. But I've been wanting this, and this is actually a newer record. That's not something I buy every day, but ever since this came out, I've really been enjoying it, and it's the British Michael Kiwanuka, Home Again, and this is really, if you don't know, it's really great soul folk singer-songwriter stuff. Really, really great album, great voice, great composed songs, and it has a great mellow, groovy, soulful feeling. So we love this album here, but we've only been listening online to it, so now I have it on vinyl, and this was the only one I got from Sister Abe, and it was actually pretty cheap, like £14. So yeah, it's good. And then right across the street from Sister Ray, Wreckless Records, and this is a great record shop, the best I went to, I think. They have a lot of used vinyl, and I actually just bought 3 albums, 2 from the dollar bin or the pound bin. The first one, Heads Up by the Bayer Marimba Band. I don't know this, but it just looked interesting, and I think it's like kind of Latin, yeah, marimba music. These guys look pretty cool, so I haven't listened to it yet. And the second, Dollar Bin, I think this is a great album cover as well. Yeah, and it's of course a Garfunkel. What's it called? Fate for Breakfast, yeah. With the one with Bright Eyes and what's it on this? Since I Don't Have You, yeah. It's an okay, it's from '79 on CBS, but I just, yeah. I love Simon and Garfunkel. I know this album, but mostly for the cover. I just freaking love this cover. It's with the hairline. It's so bold. Just keep growing your hair. Your hairline is like on the top of your head. But yeah, love this album. And the last one I got was it's a Sundays reissue. And this is been on the top of my wonders for a long time. And actually, I'm waiting. I just bought an original, not a first press, but an early second press, I think it is, American. But I couldn't leave this one. It's the first time I saw it. It's United States of America's album. And yeah, it's on Sundays and it was only like 15 pounds and it's in the brown bag, and my original doesn't come with the brown bag. So I couldn't give this up. I just, yeah, this is maybe one of my favorite albums, psych albums of all time. If you don't know this, check it out. Let's see, Cloud Song, The Garden of Early Delights, is that the one? And the next one after The Garden of Early Delights, I think I Won't Leave My Wooden Wife for You, Sugar. They're just amazing songs. So that's it for me and Charlie. So yeah, maybe I have a few ones coming. So maybe I will just make a really short video showing those. But I hope everybody's doing great out there. Yeah, see you soon. Bye.